So today we're talking about a great topic, and a lot of us are feeling this right now because it's how to bounce back from losing a deal. Many of your borrowers who you're trying to get refis for and trying to help them restructure their debt, you're competing against their servicing companies. And how do you win against a servicing company? Because we're going to lose deals. It's going to happen. Clients are going to shop you for rate. In January, we're all depressed because we can't get a client a loan. And now some of us go through this up and down because we get a loan and then we lose a loan because the client shops us around. So today's not about how to get more deals. It's about how to bounce back from maybe losing a deal. The first thing you have to do is realize not every deal closes. Nobody guarantees 100% pull through. So if you're pulling through at 75%, that is pretty damn good. So if you lose 2.5 deals out of every 10, that's to be expected. This is a numbers game. It's math. It's law of averages. Not every deal is going to close. The key is to have a short memory. Like in athletics or in any walk of life, you have to get to the next one. Accepting and receiving the truth that not every deal closes is important, and then accepting the fact that I can have a short memory and I can move on because I have to get the next deal. The third important point here is you never lose a customer, you only lose a deal. I've never lost a borrower. I've dismissed some borrowers that weren't good for me because of their style. And be willing to tell a client, you're not a good fit for me and my team. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be the best servicer of yours. Some clients want your every living second. They're going to grind you for 30, 45, 60 days. They're going to shop you the entire way through. At the very end, they will grind you on price. You give a concession, you either make no money or make very little money, and all that time is wasted. And if they don't shop you or go somewhere else, what's going to likely happen is after closing, they'll probably give you an EPO because they'll go somewhere else and refinance you. So even if you make your full commission, that's the kind of client that no matter what they do is going to undercut you. I've had plenty of them. I've learned the hard way. Mark grinded my team on price, on condition, didn't want to cooperate whatsoever. I spent way too much time with Mark. He's a longtime client of mine. And after closing, I told him, we'll refinance you again in 6 months when rates go down. I got an EPO last week for 12 grand. So all that work that I did for Mr. Mark to close his loan, to make him a homeowner for the third time, and he thanks me by going behind my back and EPOing me. And he was an impossible client the entire way through. And that's okay. I learned my lesson. Next time, I'm going to let him go and I'm going to say no. And I'm going to be social about it. Some of the best content that I've recorded on social media has been when I lost a deal. And I tell the world how it feels. I did a great video not that long ago where I lost $1 million purchase from an agent that told me, Ben, I can't close my loan. Can your team step up and get this deal closed? I said, sure we can. The broker was struggling. We got to close in 8 days. I said, I will close your loan in 8 days, put everything else to the side if I know that at the last second, that broker comes back in the picture to save the deal, that I get at least 8 days of time with nothing else. And guess what? They said, yes, I got it closed. And right when we're drawing loan docs, they closed yesterday with the original broker. So sometimes you have to be social about your pains and your frustrations, because the good news is by me putting it out there and saying, it's frustrating when I get a deal closed in 8 days and the broker and borrower go behind my back. I did my part and they went somewhere else and I lost that deal. I got referrals from that social media because someone said, you can close in 8 days, do my loan. So it's good if you put your feelings out there, good, bad, or indifferent. That gets real engagement. But it's important to realize mentally, I can say no to a deal. I can let a deal go. I never lose a customer unless I tell the customer we're not a good fit. Because even if I lose that deal to price changes every single day. I can come right back around a few months later and offer the client a better interest rate. One of my most favorite stories I will ever tell is when the market was a little bit up and down in 2012, 13, and 14. I had a whole client list of clients that I couldn't get loans financed because rates weren't low enough. When Brexit happened, rates dropped. I had already been nurturing that database of clients that I couldn't help. I called every single one of them and said, are you ready to go? Let's get it done. And because I've been nurturing and talking to them, yes, I didn't get the first deal. I maybe lost the first deal. But when rates come down, you can win the deal back by staying in touch with your clients. So you bounce back from losing a deal by having a short memory and saying no. Saving a deal. Well, the first advice is don't lose a deal to begin with. Most loan officers are poor in communication, and we think that a customer wants to hear a loan proposal the same way we would. If you get out of the mortgage business and you apply for a mortgage, you're going to want to know all types of things because this is what you do. You want to know rates, terms, fees, APR, closing costs, timeline to close, conditions, TRID. You want to know everything from your LO. Borrowers aren't that way. They have a life, they have kids, they have family. So start to think of this lens from the consumer's angle, and they want simple. If you're calling your database today because rates went down, just call them and give them the simple savings. Don't go into 30 things about their entire worksheet. It's about making versus taking. Your best chance to get your deal, not to leave you and to be lost, is for the customer to be yours. When the agent refers the business to you, you're susceptible to that client going to the agent's other 3 lenders. Some agents give the client 1, 2, or 3 offers to look at. The really good agents that maybe aren't super loyal, they want the client to get the best deal. You know those agents, the one that's so interested in the client getting the lowest interest rate. They're going to say, call Ben, call Brandon, call Mayuri. Maybe they were referred to you, but you're competing on price day one because the client's not yours. If you do intricate social media, direct consumer marketing, like we're teaching Homeowner Now, direct to the consumer first on the very top of the funnel, that client's yours first. And you have a better chance of keeping a deal if the client's yours. Second, you must be the asset manager and eliminate the competition. When I talk to my clients, I figure out what is your plan. You're buying a home, but what is your plan? Is it just to have a home for 30 years and then pay it off and then throw a party in 30 years when you're debt free? That's not a very good strategy because in 30 years, the $2,000 you save on your mortgage is more than Trump because gallons of milk are $9 a gallon and gas is $20 a gallon and bread's $10 a loaf. That's called inflation. The market will out-inflate your mortgage payment. So a better strategy is let's get rid of all your debt and help you use your real estate as a tool to invest because I'm your asset manager. And when I talk to my clients, I rarely say the word rate. I say the word plan or purpose or future because I want their mind to get to the point where I'm going to get you to retire with a wealthy book of real estate portfolios that will generate you cash. It doesn't matter that you get a 3.25 30-year fixed rate and that person's saving you $150 a month for life of the loan, and oh my gosh, you saved 30 grand. How about me that's going to help you invest your capital wisely, recapitalize your equity whenever you can, and make a portfolio out of real estate that when you're 60 or 70 years old will actually pay you dividends. If I've got that approach, I don't have to save a deal. I've already won the client because they pay attention to what I'm saying. Train your clients on what they'll likely hear. I tell my clients all the time, you're going to get letters in the mail about doing an FHA streamline. That's a gimmick. Any letter you get in the mail is someone fishing for your business. If some retention team calls you and asks you to do a refinance, ask them what they know about your plan. So I train my clients to fight my fight for me. By me empowering them with knowledge, I lose less deals because I'm giving them full transparency. And I teach them that time is money. Just because someone's offering you a better interest rate does not mean it's a better money deal because that deal might take 2 months to close and now you're paying $200 a day in per diem and now you're stressed out. 33% of people buying homes are reduced to tears during the process. Why do you think that is? Because they love their lender, their tears of joy? Heck no. They're tears of pain and confusion and agony. When other lenders get busy like they are right now, you're less important to them. They're not going to call you back. So the cure to closing a deal is to find another deal and to keep your conversations short. And the shorter conversations, the less energy you have to spend up here, breaking down 50 different options for a client, the more people you can call in a day. And to spend less time with clients on the phone. Because look, if I invest 10 minutes on the phone with the client and I lose that deal, I've only lost 10 minutes. It's not a very big deal. So you don't lose a deal that doesn't fund. So stop thinking I lost a deal. You didn't. You lost a conversation that maybe took 10 minutes of your time. Losing a deal means the deal funded and the bank unwound the funding and you lost the funding, or the deal funded and the client gave you an EPO and you lost the commissions. Your time is the most important thing. So spend your time on making money, have the shortest memory, and be like the great ones. Be like the Kobe Bryants and the Michael Jordans and the Tiger Woods and the great actors. When you make a mistake or you lose something, you get over it. And the short memory gets the next deal. So keep your conversation short and sweet and look at the next deal and get over the fact that you lost a conversation, because you never lose a customer, you only lose a loan, and cut bait when it's time to cut bait, because you are more important than the conversation. So dial it in. Let's get going on Monday. Call your past clients. Rates are great, and make the most of those simple conversations. Let's go crush it. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. We had a ton of fun shooting it. We've got a lot more content like it coming out, so stay tuned. If you're a loan officer or realtor and want my team to handle your social media, click on the button below.